Yo.
What's up, everybody? I just figured I'd make a podcast episode while I was in the car heading to our family for the holidays, and it's just me right now. My wife actually is already there, but I just figured I'd start taking some of these times that I'm in the car driving. I mean, I drive quite a bit for my job, so it's a lot of alone time and a lot of time for me to sit on my thoughts and articulate things. And I'm happy to kind of bring these thoughts to you guys, because I'm sure a lot of you all have these thoughts as well. But one thing in particular that happened this week that I wanted to bring up is something that probably a lot of us creative people have gone through together. And that is when somebody asks you, how do you actually make money doing what you do? They have that question because it just looks like it can't be true. Like, how are you using a camera? My wife has a camera. My husband has a camera. My kids have a camera. And, I mean, they're just having fun. But how is that an actual job? How are you actually making a living doing what you do? And someone this past week actually asked me this with a little bit more of being a little bit more understandable. But I've had people in the past ask me with a little bit of sarcasm and just kind of being dicks. But, how do you approach people like that? Or how would you approach the question like that? My approach is to let people know that what I do is a practical thing. I'm not always trying to make fine art when I have my camera, making money with my camera. Do I want jobs where I can be creative all the time? Absolutely. But being a freelance photographer, you're not always given those types of jobs. A lot of the time you'll hear, you'll get the quote boring thing, like an event, some like a little event that's, not really anything fun, but you're there to kind of make it look like it was fun. You're there to solve that problem. I'm sure there's other different little things that are kind of boring that we do. I can't really speak for designers, but I speak for photographers when I say we can definitely, make some money on some boring gigs, and that's okay. I mean, especially when you're first starting out, that's the name of the game. A lot of the time, you're having to prove yourself and show up to a lot of things. I mean, not only just to make a living, but to show that you're doing your thing in the city. Assisting doesn't really show that you can shoot. You can learn a lot from assisting people, but you got to kind of do the work and show that you can do the work in order to get work. This person asked me this past week, and I just thought, I was like, man, this would be a really good podcast episode to have, because I'm pretty sure people have been asked this question multiple times. And especially me coming from having gone to school for art, I get it. I have friends that, are not so practical with their art, their art degree. A lot of them ended up kind of relying on being more like represented in galleries and stuff like that, which I knew coming out of school, that wasn't my goal. It would be cool one day to maybe have a gallery show or get representation. I don't know. But I know that I was, set out to use my photography to, as a service to people. I'm starting to kind of feel like it's not something. I have realized that my photography is a little bit more, I've been using the word sacred recently, because I used to use it quite a bit to just unwind and get to know myself better. And I used to do it for fun with my wife. Like, it was one of our favorite things to do together. We just take one evening, take a concept, and just go shoot and make some cool stuff. But now it's become really hard to do, because every time I feel like I pick up my camera, it's to earn a living, and that sucks. And I want those days to come back where my wife and I can just, go out and shoot and have a good time and, capture her beauty and, just connect more. Like she said that was one of our ways of connecting, and I totally agree. And we haven't been able to do that because of this feeling I've been having with my camera, or the camera in my hand. So one of those things is just trying to separate myself a little bit more from being, strictly just a photographer. Doing this podcast really helps me kind of step away from it quite a bit, and then I have other things in the future that I'm looking forward to doing. But if you are struggling with the same thing I'm struggling with when it comes to being able to shoot and always feel like you're just having to make a living with your camera rather than just make art, make cool shit, maybe do what I'm doing and just trying to find different outlets where you can actually start making money in different ways rather than completely relying on your camera as your main source of income. As far as doing these things in the future, I'm hoping to do some more, podcasts on the road. I drive quite a bit, and it actually is good practice for me because I'm trying to get that podcast voice going. But if you like this episode, please let me know. I'd love to hear feedback from you guys. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you can find it. YouTube, all the podcasting platforms have it now. So please leave a review, share it with people you know, and I'll be talking to y'all later.
What you gonna play now?